Well, how will the rejection of the Brexit plan play out in the global markets? We've seen a little bit of it already. So let's bring in Scott Shellady, Managing Director of TJM Europe. He's at the CME, but of course just back from London after many years there, Scott. And I'm sure what I thought was interesting yesterday is that when you watch the British pound, it was falling going into the vote, and then it ticked back up a little bit as the vote went through. What are investors saying about this rejection of her deal?
Well, you know what? It would have been a bigger surprise had it passed, right? So the markets don't like surprises. So there would have been a reaction had it passed, but it didn't, and she was soundly defeated. And that shouldn't be a surprise to anybody because most of the government or most of the parliamentarians there, MPs, voted to stay in the European Union. So she's got the worst job in the world. I like her. I think she'll survive this vote of no confidence. I voted for her myself. But I think that ultimately, at the end of the day, that's a job that nobody wants because you're not going to be able to please anybody, especially when everybody that's behind you voted to really stay in the European Union.
Benjamin Hall just brought up the phrase economic crisis. If there was a hard Brexit, how likely is that? Because that seems the worst possible market scenario, because that would put into complete disarray and chaos, the same word, the trade agreements that they've got with the EU, as well as security and other issues, immigration.
Yeah, well, everybody's tugging on those dramatic lines like catastrophic or crash out of Europe. Look, they're just going to go. There's a WTO order to leave something like this. They voted for it already. If they don't have a plan to leave, everything with a plan. So at the end of the day, yes, the unknown is why we use all those words. But it'll be okay, believe me, in a year's time if they don't have a plan. Don't worry about it. They will leave and they will do what the people wanted to do because this is what the people voted for, remember.
Right.
But the problem is that Parliament doesn't want it because can you imagine the swamp of the fifth largest economy in the world, which is Britain, and then the swamp of the second largest trading bloc in Europe, in the world? That's why those guys don't want to leave. They don't want to leave the swamp.
Well, but what about the EU and all of this? I mean, she's got to go back to Brussels on Monday. Again, she's expected to survive this no confidence vote today, but she has to go back to Brussels on Monday. The EU leader, Jean-Paul Juncker, has made it clear they don't really have any other negotiating offers to make to her anymore. What is she supposed to be accomplishing?
Well, he's not going to be sitting in a rocking chair himself. I mean, he's just like Schumer and Pelosi, right? This
it's
stalemate.
It is very similar to what's happening here. You're right.
I've drawn these players. Yeah, he's got something to lose here too because look, he doesn't want to let them go easily because then he's going to have a line of other European countries that want out of the European Union. But he can't afford to have it be catastrophic either. I love using those words. So if he wants something, it's in between catastrophic and let them go easy, and he doesn't know what to do either. So he's in trouble too. So he's going to act like he's sitting on a rocking chair and it's no big deal, but he's got a job to do himself.
It seems like the easiest answer to all this, Scott, would be from political and economic standpoint, a market standpoint, just make the extension. Don't do the March 29th deadline. Stay in the EU while this all gets figured out. I mean, I don't know. Is that something investors would want to see? That seems like the best market scenario to me.
I think there's a little bit of extension exhaustion out there. I'd be careful about that.
Okay, well, we'll see. You're right. It's very similar to what's happening here in this country in D.C. Scott, thank you very much. Good to see you.
All righty.